Alright, so now they want us to examine your answers for the previous questions, so whatever you answered, doing again the thing I showed you for the first one, and then draw a dashed line that outlines the ridge that you used to determine where the water would eventually flow. So we have to actually draw the drainage basin. I'm not going to make you do this part because it's a little bit confusing. It might be a little bit hard for you to do on your own. So I'll draw it for you, and based on that you can answer questions 39 and 40. And you'll see me do it. So continue this line and draw the dashed line that outlines the entire drainage basin. That's what I'll do in that area that contributes to Kirby Creek. So I'm drawing the drainage basin for Kirby Creek, not for Corral Creek or for Mirkwood Creek or for Muir Creek, just for Kirby Creek. So again, because it's a little complicated, I'll do it. And based on the drawing that I come up with, you can answer the other two questions. So let's go ahead and do that. Again, this is the figure that you have. We're going to go ahead and draw the drainage basin for Kirby Creek. So Kirby Creek is right here, okay? And we know that it drains onto the Snake River, which is down here below. So now we want to know how much of that water will, or where that water falls. Will it go to Kirby Creek or will it go somewhere else? So we're going to encompass that divide that will keep the water within Kirby Creek. Okay, so let's start over here. So if you have anything falling in this area, it's going to fall to Kirby Creek, right? So you pretty much follow this ridge that I am following. The ridge continues on this way, as you're seeing. Once you get to this hill, if the water falls over here, it will go to Corral Creek. If it falls over here, it will go to these smaller streams. So we don't want it there. We don't want it going that way or going further this way. So we want to take it this way. Okay, through that ridge. Then through this ridge, same thing. Okay. Okay, once it gets to this hill, again, if it falls anywhere around here, it's going to fall to Corral Creek. If it falls within here, it will still fall onto Kirby Creek. But if it falls on this side of the hill, it's going to fall onto something that we don't have in our mapping area. So we need to curve around this way. Okay, so again, if it falls over here, it's still going to Kirby Creek. So we're good. So, am I going to pass it through below here, or will I pass it this way? So hopefully you're thinking I'm going to pass it this way, because if I draw it all the way over here, if a water droplet fell here, you know that it wouldn't fall to Kirby Creek. It would fall all the way down to Mirkwood Creek, sorry. So we don't want that. We want to divide our Kirby Creek drainage divide. We know that it should fall this way. Okay. All of these water still falls onto Kirby, which is why I'm continuing this way. Right. Location I is a little bit funky. I don't know whether a drop of water will fall onto Kirby Creek or if it will fall onto this area right here. So I will include it for this divide, but you could put it, again, you could put it this way or you could make it this way. It's a little bit uncertain based on the amount of information we have. Sorry, I made a little mistake there. Cool. So then you continue following the ridge and you pretty much end there. So all of these would be the drainage divide or the watershed for Kirby Creek, meaning any water droplet that falls within this area will fall eventually to Kirby Creek, which then feeds it to the Snake River. Any water droplet that falls outside of this area is going to flow onto another creek nearby and maybe feed onto the Snake River, maybe feed onto another stream, larger river. Okay, so this is what you're going to use to answer questions 39 and 40. So let me take you to those. Okay, so 39 says, around the turn of the century, this area in Hell's Canyon was mined fairly extensively. It never really panned out. And today, there are the remains of many historical mines and mining-related buildings. So a hydrologist for the Forest Service noticed unsafe levels of sulfuric acid while sampling the water of the Snake River below Kirby Creek. So Kirby Creek is the problem. They do not have a budget large enough to investigate the runoff from each mine in the area. So which of the historical mine locations, A through L, should they spend money investigating? So based on that drawing that I made, it's not going to appear in this one because I drew it in somewhere else. But based on that drawing, which of these locations should they be caring for if they are contributing acid or potentially contributing some sulfuric acid onto Kirby Creek? Should they worry about G, for example, or about L? Which of these locations falls within that drainage basin so that it could be a potential for contributing to that sulfuric acid onto the snake? Okay. And then lastly, why did you select these specific mining sites? I think in the question of the quiz, it's a short answer, so you have to give me an idea of why it is that you chose it. I kind of just told you, but I want you to elaborate a little bit more. Okay, guys, so that is it for this week's lab. Again, parts B, D, and E are the ones you have to do. For part E, you do not have to do question 38. If you choose to do it, great. If not, again, you have my sketch that I just made for you, and it's going to help you determine those locations or those mine sites that should be tested. Otherwise, you are good. The quiz, again, let me show you that real quick. The quiz, again, we had left off here on question 13 of the 23 lab manual. This is part D material. So here are the two gradient questions. You have a little bit of leeway there, so don't worry too much if it's not perfect. And then questions for part E start right here. So again, you'll answer the specific creek that the locations fall. And then 9 is really corresponding to question 39 of your lab manual, and then last week is corresponding to question 30 of that quiz online. Okay, so with that, again, we are done covering lab for running water. As always, I'll be available online during our normal class or lab times if you need any help with this, as well as during my office hours. So if you need help, again, Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, press the link there. Otherwise, you can also email me if you have any questions. Okay, so we'll talk next week for groundwater. Remember, this lab is due April 26th, I believe. In fact, let's check real fast. But I think so. Yep, so it's due Sunday, April 26th at midnight. Make sure you get it done before that. Hopefully you will have started early within the week. Okay, good luck.